Well, Duke Energy decided about a year into the DevOps program that we really had no choice but to turn the DevOps program into a DevSecOps program. And some of that was just, the conditions changed. I mean, the security breaches became, or at least threats became much larger. And the way that we were doing security, or at least looking at it from security coding practices, it became obvious that it didn't really meet, and didn't fit into the way that we were handling the rest of the DevOps program. So one of the core tenets of DevOps is the shift left mentality, where you want to be able to catch defects as far left or as early in the process as you possibly can, because the cost of fixing a defect actually grows exponentially as you move from development to testing to deployment phases. So the real objective is I want to find the defect as early as I can because it's much cheaper to fix. So as you're going through and finding all of your adding automated testing, being able to find your other defects early, the process for Duke Energy for security was, a couple weeks before you deployed, you would engage the cyber team and they would run a scan and tell you what your defects were. That's very problematic, and it's very much against the tenet of shift left. We were involved in one program, I know for sure, that they had a very large deployment. They ran a scan 2 weeks before, and they found such a large number of security breaches or potential security breaches in their code that there's no way they could fix it in 2 weeks. So they ended up having to go live with some of those. And actually fixing those would have been as risky as not fixing them because you don't have time to run your full testing cycle back through. So that's when we partnered with the cyber team and said, okay, well, let's start to build these components into our tool chain so that you can find them early on. So every time a developer commits code, we can scan that code and let them know right away whether or not that they have any defects related to security in there. So I think the goal of this was to treat security defects like we treat every other defect. We want to find that as early in the process as we possibly can.